Hello, welcome again. We are covering the topic centrifugal compressor for civil services means IFS at Gate Aerospace. So the next subtopic in the centrifugal compressor is work done and pressure rise. So as we have stated that there are two parts in centrifugal compressor. One is your impeller and the other is your diffuser. And no energy, no external energy is imparted in the diffuser. So energy is imparted only in the impeller. So we will study the impeller part first. So suppose this is the diagram of the impeller, and this portion is called I, and this is your I root, and this is your I peak. So this is your I root and this is your I peak. This is the impeller tip. Okay, so at this R1 radius, we take a section and it is represented by this part. Okay. So here in the I part, the air is sucked. So at this particular section, the velocity of the impeller or speed of the impeller is u, and the air is entering in the impeller axially, perpendicular to the page in this diagram, and here in this B. Okay. So axially means along the axis of the shaft. So the velocity of air has only one component at the inlet, that is axial component, that is CA1, and this is the velocity of the impeller. So this will become the relative velocity. This is the inlet diagram at the entrance of the impeller, and the after entering in the impeller axially, the air leaves the impeller radially. It changes its direction from this to radial direction, enters perpendicular to the page in the diagram, and then leaves radially. Okay, like this. Okay, and suppose at the exit, the radial component of velocity of air is your CR2. Okay, and as it moves through the impeller, so some velocity is imparted to the air by the rotation of impeller, so that velocity goes CW2 in the direction of rotation of impeller, that is imparted by impeller, and this whole line represents the velocity speed of the impeller. Up to that, this is CW2, and total horizontal line is your U. If there is no loss, then U will be equal to CW2. So that is the ideal condition. And this is the radial component of the air velocity, and this is the one component of air velocity that is imparted by the impeller. Okay. So and this will be the absolute velocity of air C2. CR2 is radial component, CW2 is one component, U is your the speed of impeller at the outer radius or at the impeller tip, and this is the velocity relative to the impeller. This is relative velocity, this is absolute velocity, this is one component, this is radial component. So this is the actual diagram. Ideal diagram, in ideal diagram, CW2 or one component will be equal to U, and this will be your CR2 and this will be your U. So this is the velocity diagram of the impeller. Now I will read out. Since no work is done on the air in the diffuser, the energy absorbed by the compressor will be determined by the condition of air at the inlet and outlet of impeller. Okay. So at inlet, in the first instant, it will be assumed that air enters the impeller eye in axial direction, or in this diagram, perpendicular to the page in axial direction, so that initial angular momentum of the air is 0. Angular momentum means there is no CW1. That's why initial angular momentum is 0. Only CA1 is there. Here we have U, speed of impeller, we have CA1, we don't have any CW1 which impart angular momentum, so there will be no angular momentum. The axial portion of the vane must be curved so that air can pass smoothly into the eye. So axial portion is curved because initial direction is your axial direction for the eye, and then it leaves radially, then there is radial direction. The axial portion of the vane must be curved so that air can pass smoothly into the eye. The angle which the leading edge of the vane makes the tangential direction is alpha. So that is your alpha. That is your alpha. Or in the diagram you can see that. That is your angle. This is the relative velocity angle with impeller, or we can say vane angle. Will be given by the direction of relative velocity of air at inlet V1. So that is vane angle, and it is made by relative velocity. So CA1 is absolute velocity of air. There is only one component of velocity at the inlet, that is CA1, and U is impeller velocity, V1 is velocity of inlet. You can say relative velocity. Relative velocity of air. At outlet, if air leaves the impeller tip with an absolute velocity C2, so here at outlet, this is your C2, or here we can see that this is your C2, and air leaves the impeller with this velocity, so that it has two components, that is CW2 and CR2. Okay. It will have a tangential or one component CW2 and comparatively small radial component CR2. Under ideal condition, C2 would be such that one component is equal to the impeller speed u, as shown by the velocity triangle and the torque. So under ideal condition, this is the ideal condition, CW2 will be equal to u, and this is the absolute velocity, and this is the radial velocity. So this is the velocity, these are the velocity triangles in centrifugal compressor, which will help us to determine work done as well as pressure rise. So that we will cover in next video.